Well, you've thought long and hard about it, and finally it's come to it. You've decided you're going to learn to play guitar. Congratulations, welcome to the family. But how are you going to figure out what to buy? What kind of guitar should you start out learning with? How's it going, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here, and these are my top 5 tips for everybody to take into consideration when buying their first guitar. Number 5, think of a budget. Okay, first and foremost, you really need to think about what kind of money you're going to spend on your first guitar. This could be anywhere from as little as $100 to as much as $1,000. You really should come up with a realistic budget of what you think is reasonable to spend on your first guitar. Now, that's quite a long range, $100 to $1,000, but let's face it, some people just like the cheaper guitars, and that'll work perfectly for them. But for some, you need that little bit of higher end craftsmanship to really get you into playing the guitar. Number 4, do your research. Although this is low on the list, I can't think of something more important in the early stages of figuring out what to buy. You need to think about the different types of guitars that are available and what is going to be right for you. We have electrics, we have acoustics, acoustic nylon strings, acoustic electrics, signature models, not signature models, limited editions, guitars with single coils, guitars with humbuckers. There's almost too many options out there. So, as a good rule of thumb, I usually like to use your favorite musicians as a starting point. If you're a parent watching this video, buying a first guitar for your child who's starting to learn how to play, ask them what they like to listen to. Don't immediately walk into a guitar shop and buy the nylon string acoustic, because chances are, if your son or daughter likes metal, a nylon string acoustic is not going to do it for them. Number 3, shop around. Don't immediately go to the first guitar store that you see on Google Maps, because chances are that's probably not where you're going to buy your first guitar. Look around, heck, even look online. Find the best price for the guitar that you want. Maybe it's online, maybe it's in store, but chances are there's some great local guitar shops out there that do wonderful deals for local customers because they want you to come back. And they also happen to have a selection of instruments that tie in to the next tip. Number 2, don't be afraid to buy used. I can't think of something more insane to me than the stigma that comes from buying a used instrument. There's nothing wrong with buying a used instrument, either as your first guitar or as your 5th guitar. They're often cheaper than new, which is great for the parents and the student, and heck, you could probably even get more for your money buying used. And the number 1 tip that I can give to anybody looking to buy their first guitar is try it before you buy it. This is one of the biggest reasons that I do not make equipment purchases online unless I am absolutely certain that that is what I want. I want to try a guitar before I buy it. Whether it's something like this, an EVH Wolfgang, or the Gibson BFG Les Paul that are part of my collection. I want to try these guitars before I bring them into the fold and before I spend my hard-earned money. Parents buying for their students. Take your kids with you to these guitar shops. Have them pick up the guitars, have them feel it. Maybe after their first lesson, for those first few lessons, you can ask the teacher if they can borrow one of their guitars to try it out, but bring them into the buying process. Get them to play the thing. Get them used to the idea that this is something that they are going to be a part of and that they are as equally invested in as you are. Trying before you buying ensures that you spend the money wisely and that you're getting exactly what you want. Now, to sum everything up, these are just my favorite tips to give to people buying their first guitar. And there's many other things to consider, but to me, these are the 5 most important. And maybe some of them don't apply to you. Maybe you don't have a budget. You really should. But maybe you don't mind not trying things before you buy it. Okay, fine. It's your money. Spend it how you want. But I think if you follow these 5 tips, you'll find that your first guitar will still be in your possession 10 years down the road. I hope these tips give you a good idea of what to look for. And until next time, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and I'll see you later.